It used to be before Henry Ford created the assembly line. It took 12 and a half hours to build a car. One car, 12 and a half hours. And then in the early 1900s, there was this guy named Henry Ford. You know, Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Ford, Henry Ford. He created an assembly line. And the assembly line could make a car in 2 hours. Now, it was repetition. It was efficiency. Those aren't fun words. And you know what that assembly line was about? It was about taking a man on an assembly line and telling him, you just put the steering wheel in that spot. Just do your job. Just put you don't have to be an expert at everything. Just do your job. Well, it's repetitious. Well, it's efficient. 12 hours to 2 to build a car. Henry Ford changed American industry with the assembly line. And New England and Bill Belichick have changed American football forever with their own version of it. Just do your job. Josh Gordon was the 71st person to catch a touchdown pass from Tom Brady. Yeah. This is what Belichick does. Interchangeable parts. OBJ, Le'Veon Bell, Ezekiel Elliott, nah. Antonio Brown, we're not going to build around an individual part. Is it fun? Well, is winning fun? If you don't run business like the Patriots, you're out of business. 3 of the 4 guys who had touchdown passes last night were not Patriots last year. By the way, they're red zone numbers. Their offensive numbers don't change when Gronk gets hurt. Although Gronk is valuable, but they're not going to build around you. And Henry Ford took out the individualism. It's an assembly line. Just do your job. Just put the steering wheel in. Even Rob Gronkowski, who embodies fun, said this offseason, I'm only playing with Brady. And by the way, we see Belichick. Belichick's the mean old, he's Henry Ford. But don't kid yourself. Tom's running the factory. Tom won't throw to you if you don't memorize the playbook. Tom would not throw to Ocho. Tom will not throw to wide receivers if you're not buttoned up and you don't get into efficiency and repetition. Folks, egos blow up teams. Politics blow up teams. Individuality blows up teams. Noise blows up teams. Saxonville, there's no nicknames here. Guarantees, Rex Ryan, Philadelphia Eagles, there's no guarantees here. Only 5 television shows in prime time have lasted as long as the Patriots dynasty of 18 years. And 2 of those are Law and Order. You just don't last 18 years with big individuality in the NFL, with big egos, locker room full of politics, paying a ton for perimeter players. You know what's funny last night? Listen to Buck and Aikman. You know, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman only do Patriot games in the Super Bowl. So they occasionally do them. But they're NFC guys. They don't do AFC games. So last night was a rare treat for Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. They were in Foxborough doing a regular season New England game. And it was interesting. It wasn't Jim Nantz, who's seen a million of them. It wasn't Jim Nantz. It was Buck and Aikman. And they were just sort of marveling at the machine of the Patriots. And Troy Aikman was in a dynasty, and Joe Buck, Yankees, was broadcasting a dynasty. There's nothing like it. By the way, I hear this about the Patriots assembly line, their machine. It's no fun. Remember Cassius Marsh, who played for the Patriots, said he hated it last year. There's no fun here. He's now a 49er. They're going to lose again this weekend. I mean, let's be honest about it. We all have that loser cousin in our family. Man, I don't want to be tied to a job. I want my freedom. That's called summer. You're 17 years old. Then you have to get a job and be a grown-up. Assembly lines may not always be the most fun, but winning is fun. Repetition, efficiency over ego, individuality. You want that? I love the NBA too. I love the NBA. But that's what they do. That's not what football does. All right, I'm going to mention something. How can I put this? I'm almost embarrassed. I considered not talking about this on the show today. But I am a journalist, and I've got to report this story. Tom Brady last night became the 3rd quarterback to reach 500 career touchdown passes. Of course, that's just in the regular season. Of course, he's thrown for almost 575, but the NFL doesn't acknowledge that. You know, why would you acknowledge playoffs? Oh, I don't know, because it's the one thing that separates him from Peyton Manning. That's why he's the GOAT and Peyton's not. That's why he's the GOAT and Brett Favre's not. It's embarrassing that I even talk about this. He's won 5 Super Bowls. For a musician, that's 5 Grammys. For an actor, that's 5 Oscars. Do you think if this was an entertainment show, I'd spend a lot of time on Meryl Streep winning a People's Choice Award? I mean, can you imagine? The NFL does not count Tom's playoff touchdowns. If you and I got into an argument about Michael Jordan, and I liked LeBron, and you liked Michael Jordan, and you said, hey, man, in your face, 6 for 6, and I went, oh, no, you can't count that. The next word out of your mouth would be, because LeBron wins everything else. Your argument for the greatest basketball player is solely about 6 for 6. In the NFL, though, Tom Brady, 500 career touchdown passes. No, he's got 571. By the way, he's got 71 playoff touchdown passes. Peyton Manning's got 40. Favre's got 44. I mean, I'm not a record guy, but isn't that the difference between Brady and Manning? The 71, not the 500? Isn't that? I can remember almost all of his 71. I don't remember a lot of his 500. It is amazing, though. I mean, on his Wikipedia page, ask yourself this for Tom Brady. On his Wikipedia page, how far would you have to scroll down on Tom Brady's Wikipedia page when it's all said and done in 3 or 4 years to get to the, oh, yeah, he has the most career regular season touchdown passes? That would be right under he likes smoothies and he's got a dog named Puffy. Come on, man.
I mean, it's still a great record to have.
I am honestly ashamed of myself, but I felt as a journalist, I had to come out and acknowledge that he set another amazing record. But the fact that, like, we're talking about 500, what makes him the GOAT isn't the 500.
It's the postseason.
It's the 71 that nobody counts, which is what makes Jordan isn't a Tuesday night in Denver beating the Nuggets. It's the 6 for 6. Humiliating moment for me as a broadcaster. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.